Hi, this is the time for Empty Courtesies. I'm here with Stephen Bruce to discuss his book, 500 Years After, in a read-along commentary format. We are on chapter the 5th, which treats of events in a part of the city that the author visits only with great reluctance.
I do love writing villains.
And here you have brought us some villains, a whole conspiracy of villains.
A conspiracy of villains. That should be the collective noun of villains, I suppose. It's kind of obvious. But yeah, there's so much fun. I mean, they really wrote themselves, every one of them. And they were so delightful. There are certain cliches that happen when villains get together that I was trying to circumvent. See if I can come up with an example of what I'm talking about. In their conversation, the things like when Lean was an orca, let Shala repair the error.
Right.
In scenes of multiple villains, that should bring about an argument and threats. And I said, no, it's going to go, yeah, that's reasonable. I got this. And
so they just dispense with the petty posturing and move on.
Exactly, because it always, and that's exactly what it is petty posturing. And readers are sophisticated enough to expect a certain amount of petty posturing, so let's not give it to them.
Right, because that's how we signal, hey, these are villains. But, we already know that these are villains.
Yeah.
So, we don't need that sort of... You have rather brilliantly / annoyingly given us these villains and this whole scene where they're conspiring, and it's clear that they have motivations and they have a plan and they're doing things, and we really don't know what any of them are.
Right. We don't know the end game yet, but the way it came together, the end game, what their plan is, what they are trying to do, is pretty much the only thing we don't know. It occurs to me that the plot device I stole from Chris Wallace and put in Good Guys is sort of hinted at in this. In other words, first we see that Kavrin has killed someone who tried to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we learn why. That it is part of a conspiracy, but we know nothing about the conspiracy. Then we see the conspiracy, but don't know why the conspiracy is happening, what its end point is.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like we're always one chapter away, at least here, from the next answer, which was something that Chris was discussing in a project that he's working on that I thought was absolutely fascinating. And so I did it more deliberately. Here it was less fully developed and more of an accident.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you're giving us some information, but the information you give us really mostly just serves to make us want more information.
Right. Yeah. Kind of in a certain sense, show the result in one chapter, give the reason and what it means in the next.
Mm-hmm.
But that was fun. I love describing the underside too. Coming up with inventing details that make the world real it's one of those little things that is just really fun and really important. Like
the bit with the support beams in the back room that they're in.
Yeah. And it goes along with things like making up idioms appropriate to your world. when you've created a secondary world fantasy. Is that's one of the things that brings it home, and getting it right, getting one that actually feels like something people would say.
Yeah, I mean, from a writing standpoint, I think that when you get it right, it actually makes things feel far more familiar for us.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. And of course, then there's when you get it wrong, but we won't talk about that. Obviously, I never ever get it wrong. But anyway, yeah. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I like when you do it. I think you tend to get it right, but yeah, you just sort of come across this and it's like, aha, I know what that colloquialism means, even though I don't know what it means.
right. Yeah. The best ones you instantly, you don't need an explanation.
hmm You
And
you
and
just are
and
like,
just
aha.
feel like what people would naturally say.
hmm
To the left, I have gotten some of them. Wait a minute. No, I guess that one does work.
um, all right, and so let's see. At least one of these villains is like a secret identity, right?
I'm trying to remember. Yes, I think so.
Okay,
Yeah. I'm pretty sure one of them is.
so that will be fun for later. Um, and then what do we have coming up in the chapter ahead?
Oh, let's see. Well, finally, we get back to the palace. I believe this is where Adron shows up.
Ooh, things are always exciting when Adron shows up.
Yeah, he does tend to be one of those people who makes things jump.
Because he's so helpful,
Helpful, yes. He's a helpy guy.
so helpy. So, hooray. All right. Yeah, you got anything else on this chapter?
No, I ain't got to do it.
All right, great. We'll see you next time.
All right, sounds good. Bye.